So, good evening everyone. Hope you are all well. Everything's good in the hood. Down here in the southwest, it's been a bit of a dry day, but more of a bit of, well, the wind's been quite up, like, on the old weather front. If you're in the chat, just say hello. Let me know if you can hear me okay. It's always good to hear what people are able to hear me. I'm just looking now. I see there's two watching, and I hope you are all well. So, as I said, if you can hear me, just let me know. I'm just looking at the feed now, and it should be almost ready. And yes, I think we are actually live. So difficult when you do a live stream because you don't know whether it's working or not, whether you can see the right picture. I hope you've noticed just below, when we're looking that way, we've got a new channel banner. I had a friend called Scott who spent an afternoon working on a new banner. The other one was just too busy. There was too much going on in it. So we just gone for something a little bit simple. If Tamiya, Revel or Airfix are a bit annoyed that I've put their logos in my banner, I do apologise. But the actual branding, which is in the top left-hand screen, which is there, that hasn't got any logos in it. Just because, if I want to do my own tools and stuff, I can use that as a bit of a logo. Yeah, he's done a really good job. He's a really nice chap. He also does the media for Exeter City Football Club. Absolute gentleman and a friend, and he'll definitely be getting some lager from me. Anyway, tonight I decided we are struggling here for some reason. The paints that I've ordered for the two models that I'm doing at the moment haven't arrived, even though I was promised it was sent out. And I have received some really, really clever models I want to go through. I've actually done a complete series on each of the models that they've sent me, and I was pleasantly surprised. And I assure you that these models are going to be excellent for, can I just say, like the teenage sort of child who wants to get into model building without getting too, if they would find, say, a starter kit from Airfix a little bit daunting, these kits are right up your street. I promise you. You'll look at them and you'll think, yeah, what a great idea. Anyway, looking into the chat, we've got David Ravenscroft. Good evening to you, sir. Steve Gibbons. Hi, Steve. Mark Scale Models. Evening to you. And Chancer. NW evening. Nice to see you in the chat. We've got 5 people watching. I'd love to get 10 or even 20. Maybe one day we'll get up to there. So I'm building this Spitfire Mark 8. Is it Mark 8 or is it 28? I'm just trying to find the box for it again. No, yeah, Mark 8 9 fighter bomber. This is the box art there. It's hopefully it all. There you go. It's a frog model kit. It's just something I've just bashed together just for the crack. I've never built a Mark 8, Mark 9. It's always been like a Mark 1 or a Mark 5. But yeah, this was supposedly one of the better models. But how many marks are there for the Spitfire? There must be hundreds. So yeah, it's just something a little bit basic to build. And I was going to do. I've put the green on. Tonight it'll be the number 29. I've got a little pot of it. I can't find my big pot of. I'm gonna actually have to go through. Or should I say, I'm in two minds. Do I go back through my paint range of acrylics in Humbrol and buy the pots, or do I wait and go for the dropper bottles that are due out this year? I'm undecided really what to do. So and also I thought it'd be a good opportunity to try out this little bad boy here, which is the EBMA aircraft paint and decal tool sort of thing that I've done a review on, and I thought I'd have a little go at this to see what it's like. I think the tray might be a little bit, because I've got enough room there. It's a little bit big for the tray, but we'll see how we get on anyway. and we'll get this get some what's it called, matte, is it dark brown, to look again, dark earth, that's what it is, matte dark earth onto the model, and just get some camouflage looking at. I say nothing too special with this kit. It's just a shake and bake sort of kit. I'm not doing anything really drastic with it. It was just to see what's happening. James Moa's in the chat. Good evening to you. And Chances, what's on people's benches? Well, at the moment, I've got a plane, and I've got some of this. This is brilliant. This is from Aldi, McEwen's Champion Premium Beer. That's my tipple of choice. I didn't have time to put the kettle on and have my coffee, so we'll open this up. We'll give it a bit of a shake, and we'll give it a bit of a stir. Get the old cocktail stick out, and give this a bit of a stir. It's the trouble when it's that's got a dirty end. Hang on, let's try that. It's the problem with these little pots. You only get just enough. Well, you get too much, really, I think. And you want a little lid. Actually, what I will do while I'm here, put that in there, and I need my Sprue Cutters. Where are they to? I'll put them somewhere, haven't I? My Sprue Cutters, where have I put them to? Must be Sprue Cutters. Not very organised tonight, am I? There they are, under my tray. And what I will do is just close that down and snip the end here, because it's annoying for a pot. I'm going to take that lid off. Cool. That'll wipe down. And then what I will do is get me little tray, and I'm using is it Coloro from Humbrol. These have got a really nice brush, the pointed brush end, very nice to use. This is a fresh one. A few stray hairs there, which I'll nip off. Nip them off. That's it. Right, cool. And I'll need some acrylic thinners. And this get some of this in the pot here. That'll be enough. So I'm waiting for the dropper bottles, because I think the dropper bottles will be excellent. So we'll get the thinners, just get some in there, a few drops in the thinners, 1, 2, 3, 4. Put that back there. Give that a bit of a mix. Give that a bit of a mix, that's nice. Yeah. Hi, IRCD, how are you this evening? David is doing, oh sorry, yeah, let's have a look, what's on people's benches? James Mower, currently a new tool, Revel Shackleton, and Tamia Russian Heavy Tank, JS2, 148 scale, and a double of Bell's Whiskey. Good lad, you're a Bell's man, are you? David's got a US Enterprise, when finances allow. Have the model but need a few extra bits to build it. I need to keep a tight rein until I start earning again. Yeah, I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. I'm going to put this on here. Bit of camo. There. Yeah. Is it a good kit? I don't know. I've got Revel here, but I don't think I've built a Revel for over a year. Chance, I've just finished the AIM Amodel Yak 25. What's that like, that Mandrake? Is it a good kit? I think Hannants have got it, haven't they, in stock at the moment? Haven't they? I think Hannants have got it in stock. Let's try and... push a bit more, and then if I go along here up to the top there and down and straight across there. Actually, when you mix Humbrol paints with their own thinner, you seem to get a better result. Just putting it out there, folks. It does seem to come across quite well. That's that bit done there. We want to curve that around a little bit. There you go. Just go along this line here. Just do a blob there. It's a bit runny there, just give that a bit of a brush off. Then I'll come back over here, down to there. This will obviously have another coat put on, but this is just doing a rough look. This one, trying to get this one all looking. That's better. That's it. Looking up there, and I think if I want to do a bit there, just get some sort of outline. Cool. There you are. Got that tip of the tail. It's a filler queen as anticipated. Fit is awful. Detail is soft. I bloomin' loved it. Fair play. Fair play to you, mate. A filler queen. I haven't heard that say for a long time. But see, I've not really done much Revel stuff. It's mostly FX, a bit of Tamiya, and some vintage kits with the Matchbox and the these, you know, with the Frog kits and Nova kits, and just doing a bit of vintage stuff at the moment. I'm just going to put a bit of a. That's too much paint. Shit. Too much paint. I should use this really, shouldn't I? You get used to holding the plane. Oh, that's a bit too much paint. That's right. Underneath there. And then let's just do the tip of the plane here. Do downwards action there. And that one up here. A little bit of cool. And then just do that up there. And drag it across there. That's its first coat. Nothing too fancy. I'm not, as I said, I'm just filling it in. I'm not going to any pattern. This is my own artistic impression, because I just wanted to have a crack at building this Spitfire. So let that dry. So a little bit thin on the paint, but so I'll give it another coat. And then what I'll do is I'll give it a matte finish and it'll be done. So there you are. Not bad looking. It's quite good, that stand, even though I didn't use it, but it does seem to help when you want to hold it up into position. But yeah, we'll leave that to dry. So I'm still waiting on the paint to finish off this Matchbox Hellcat. It's a Hellcat, isn't it? Yeah. So waiting for the paint for that to come. They said they sent them. They don't know where they are. It's going to be sent by Royal Mail, and but still, there's nothing come through yet, which is a bit of a shame, because I was hoping to at least get this. What I might even do is get it primed, just prime it tomorrow in the spray booth, and see how we get on from there. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to doing this and getting this all sprayed up, painted up. And I'll do that one as well. Let's get rid of this one. So, the Renault Shackleton MR3 is better by a country mile than the old X-Frog version, but having built two of them, I prefer Airfix's shack build wise, but as yet Airfix don't do an MR3. C'est la vie. Yeah, I can see that, mate. I'm a fan of a model from the Ukraine for their subject matter. Do so many original types that no one else has even considered. That's what we need. Is a little bit of the opening of the box. Like I said, I still think that we have one of the biggest space races going on since the 1960s, 70s. You know, I built my first model, and it was a space shuttle. You know, of back in the late 80s, 90s. You know, the space race is so important, and we've got these companies building rockets, and no manufacturer that I know of has even thought about doing one of their rockets. Seriously. There's 5 things I think I'm doing a video on 5 things Airfix can do to improve their models in the next 5 years. And one of them is to get the license and build a decent bloody rocket. You know, you got SpaceX doing a rocket, you know, and the Dragon and all this. You know, there's so much out there. You know, let's get a proper international space station built. You know, in 1 to 300 scale, whatever it is. Right, so these came this week, and I have been so impressed with these. I always thought that you go from quick build, which is like your Lego base, and then you end up doing your starter kits. But these are a little bit special. There's 2 types. One's from Ming models, which is this one here, which is Heinkel HE 177 bomber, and this one is a Lavochkin LA7 fighter, and this one's from Tiger model. Now, they are designed for younger, but the beauty is that they kind of snap build together, right? They are pretty good. Just looking at chat again. Sorry, I'm a fan of A model. Yeah, I saw that one. Lego do a lovely ISS. Yeah, but did you see how well I did on my quick build the other night? It was shocking, absolutely shocking, absolutely shocking. And I've got to speak to Airfix about that, because that just doesn't happen. It should fit. So I've done a review on these. I'm going to put them out over the space of the next 7 weeks. So they'll probably go out on a Thursday night. I'm just doing the thumbnails, or getting the thumbnails sorted for these kits before I put them on YouTube. But I'm always trying to open up the idea that model kit building isn't for the 45-year-old man who's who is, you know, his kids are grown up, and he needs some models to build to do it, you know, because he hasn't got any kids to look after or anything like that, you know. Yeah, I think model building needs to, if it's going to survive, it's going to have to hit the youth, and I think this is a particularly good kit wise to get youngsters involved in the scale modelling. I really do believe you know, things like this will help with the war of PCs and playing World of Thunder, whatever it's called, a War of Thunder or whatever it is. So the box comes, and basically the caricatures. So you're looking at really the Hasegawa type. You know, this one here, which was Hasegawa, which is called the Eggplane series. So it's a caricature or a cartoony sort of model kit to build, and they're very simple. And Hasegawa have been doing it, but these ones, as I said, from Tiger model or from Ming models, these are very good. I'm just going to open one of the boxes just to show you. I don't want to open a box. I'll turn it over first and just say, look, when you get this home, right, if you get one for your youngster, say age 11, 12, 13, there's no real need for knives, but it is an actual model kit where you can glue together. But what excites me about it is the fact that when you pick up the box, you've got what it looks like on the back. It just explains exactly what you're getting, right? It even tells you a call out here of the Tamiya paints that you need: XF1, XF2, XF3, XF7, 23, 53. So and it should tell you flat black, flat white, flat yellow, flat red, light blue, neutral grey, olive drab, and they do an X11 chrome silver. That's all you need. That's it. That's it. Tells you all that, and I guarantee that we've all got those colours in the kit. So this is a World War II fighter. They do a Spitfire, which is fantastic. And you can see by the kit, they are just chunky, little cartoony style kits. Let me just open up these. They've been stapled again. So I've reviewed these. These are fantastic. Now, if you actually look on the back, the location pins are huge, so they easily fit together. Very, very few parts, but they've got a finish to them with recessed panel lines. I don't know if I can get this close so you can see this on the camera. Recessed panel lines, some nice detail in them, and at the end of it you're going to get a plane that doesn't need any filler, right? They'll just clip together, and all they got to do is paint it. And you know, I reckon I was half tempted if I ever get like a load of paints that people want me to review on the channel. I would probably buy these kits to put together and use them as guinea pigs for any paints, because if it goes on this sort of model, you're going to have, you know, it's going to be a good paint. So it is fantastic. It's really, really well made, really well detailed, and they come off the sprues quite easily because, you know, you've got your nubs there, and there's very little between the nub and the run, if you see what I mean. So you've got your outer sprue, you've got your run, and there, you know, there's a little on the nub there. There's very little contact there, so you don't even. I think you could just push them out if you wanted to. I'll give it a put. There you go. Snaps off, and it's pretty clean. So there's no need for knives for this kit either. I don't think. No need for cleanup. Very, very good. The wings straight across. You know, they're 3-part wings. Nice big chunky detail. You know, there's nothing. You're not going to like glue it and snap it off, sort of thing. You know, it's pretty well made. And then there's your prop, and your wheels. They move. They're in 3 sections, 3 parts. You got your tire, you got your hub, and then you've got like your bearing there. So it's 3-part, and you clip the. There's the engine there, and the propeller, and the engine and the nub there. It just all goes together. It's pretty nice, and the actual canopies are phenomenal. Right, if you actually look at the canopy, look how clean that canopy is. Look at that. It's like glass. It's absolutely fantastic. Nice and big, and they just slot in. You can see where the slots go in, slotted in. Little bit of PVA around there, or a little bit of crystal from micro crystal clear from Microscale Industries. Perfect. Very, very well done. And if we just put this back in, up there, just move that out of the way, put it over there, and that one there. They come with either decals or stickers, so you can choose what you make with the kit. If you paint, you know, you paint it well and you're happy with it. Nice, got a nice gloss finish on it before you mat it down. Fantastic looking decals. Look at that, they're crisp, absolutely crisp. And here you go here. Nice stickers there, you know, all well made. Quality, absolute quality. You know, you could leave a child, you know, who wants to do models, or you can even sit by them while you're doing your kit. You can do their kit. Instructions, again, so clear and concise instructions. You open up, so there's your call out again. All right, you know, and all your Tamiya's there. But you open it up. I know it's a basic kit. I understand that there's not a lot of parts involved, but you, the actual detail on putting them together is brilliant. It shows you their propeller assembly first, 3 bits together, job done. Okay, then you slot in your chair, your stick, and your dash. You know, and it goes on that angle. And it even shows you again on this angle here. So you've seen it side on and there. Impressive. Put it all together. Explain exactly where these go. They've got the little holes there where they slot into. Assembly position of propeller and cockpit. So it does it on the side here. It's all, you know, a child could easily do this kit. Again, fuselage assembly here. Put it all together. Put the rear gearing on. Then it does the wing assembly, so it shows you you've got your, it's a 3, well, it's actually 5 part because you've got your flaps as well. So you've got a movable aileron there as well, sorry. Main landing gear of the plane next, and everything else that goes in the tyre, shows you how the tyre fits together there. Put it all together, and the last thing you do is canopy, your rear flaps, and then it's complete. Brilliant. Absolutely great instructions there. Explains here, I know it's in Chinese at Shamely, it's all in Chinese at Shamely, but there you go. It is a fantastic, you know, call out there on the parts in which you ever want to use the stickers or the decals. It's a fantastic kit for a youngster. And do you know what, right? I've seen these online for a tenner. £10 plus a couple of quid postage. Recommended by me. As I say, I've got 7 of them. This is the Tiger one. The Ming one is more in Chinese, I think. The Ming one, there's a lot more involved, but you've got instruction booklet, and it just tells you each propeller. It tells you a story as well. So each propeller was driven by 2 engines. You know, so it shows you a diagram. You know, the gunner operated the remote control turret in the sighting. You know, it's great, absolutely great how you put it all together. The belly equipment. The Fritz X bomb could be carried under the belly too. So you've got 3 bombs there. And then you've got your painting. It does say you need paint spraying tools, paint brushes, or special markers for plastic models. But you know, you know you're going to brush paint this. You know, just dab it. Fantastic. It is an incredibly good kit. So another problem is this is all in. I think this is all in Chinese, isn't it? This is all in Chinese. But yeah, so if you get your Google Translate out, take a picture and just copy over that, I reckon that explains to you what it is in Chinese. You know, looks like you've got 3 different engines there. You've got a DB606 and a DB601, or that them 2 together, bolts together, make that one. I can't remember now what it is on the Heinkel 177. But yeah, I think it's basically saying you get 2 engines bolted together and they made 1 engine. I think that's what it's saying there. We'll look at the pictures. So yeah, these ones come with stickers only though. There's no decals in this one, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's just stickers. Every part is in its own bag. But yeah, it's very, very good for a youngster to do. Right, that's them 2 done. I hope that helps and gives you something to look at. I had a question last week on Twitter. Somebody PM'd me. I'm sorry I forgot your name. Asking me about my airbrush. I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I've got Chinese copies. I've got the Neo Biowater one, but the one I use mostly is my Harder and Steenbeck Ultra. It's a very, very nice airbrush. I like it because it's quite easy to clean, and it feels nice in my hand. I get good results from it. Dual action, so you push down for air, then pull back for paint. It's very, very nice, and this is what I use when I spray. Now the question was, do I clean it often? I don't. I do clean actually. After most sessions, I do give it a clean, but between coats or between changes, I don't. And this is what I tend to do is get a load of bottles together and spray them all in one go. I can't remember if I clean this one, but what I tend to do is I take the nozzle off. It comes in 2 bits. and then I unscrew it here at the back. But one thing I don't do is I don't pull it back. I always go forwards. So I unscrew it, I push it forwards and out, because can you see that paint there? If I pulled it back, that paint will end up going inside, and that's what I don't want. So what I do is I pull it forwards, like so, and that is my needle, and there's a bit of gunk on there. But I've become a real big fan of the airbrush cleaner with Badger airbrushes. I might do a video on this stuff because it is absolutely fantastic. It's got a powerful spray on it, and basically I just spray inside, and then once I've cleaned it, I just dab a little bit. I leave a little bit in the bottom of the cup and then store it away like so. But you can see there's a load of crap on there. So you can see that I haven't really done much. I haven't cleaned this one up. So I need a bit of tissue paper. Put that down there carefully. I don't want to bend it. And what I do is I just a bit cleaner on there, and then I just put it through. And this airbrush cleaner stuff makes it absolutely, you can hear it. There you go, completely clean. It's absolutely solidly clean. You can see all the crap there on the paper, and it goes like that. And then when I want to put it back, and then I see that that's all. Get the airbrush cleaner in the end and just spray it through. That's what I do. Give it a clean. It is good stuff. This is Badger by. It says for use with. I presume it's Badger. The hobby company it comes from. Get that bit of a clean in there. Yeah. It says it's only for Badger, but it's not. I do it with all of it. I don't know who got me onto it, but I got about 3. I bought about, I think it was 3 for 20 quid or something on a deal at one of the trade shows. So yeah, that's all done. And then my little nib here on the end, give it a go. Spray it through, give it a clean. That's perfect. There's not a lot of muck in there. I've lost me when they took. There they are. Yeah, I thought I've blown this through already with this stuff. And you can see there's hardly anything in there. But I didn't give it a good clean. I just basically, there's a little bit of crap in there. But that's basically how I do it. And then what I do is I put that back on there. Push that on there. Screw this one in. This one goes back through. Gently push through until it tightly. I feel it. There you go. It's up close now. Tighten up the chuck. And there you go. That's how I clean my airbrush. Nothing fancy. Using the airbrush cleaner. Leave it on there. See it dry up. Then just give it a rub. It comes up as a shine. See that? It's like brand new now, isn't it? Little bit of crap there. Give it a rub. Oh, it's like brand new. There you go. So that's what I used to. You know, other people they'll probably spend their time and just strip it even more than that. I don't generally. Use Vallejo airbrush cleaner and surgical spirit. Then leave a couple of drops of Vallejo cleaner in the brush. Yeah, I do have the Vallejo But I wouldn't use Surgical Spirit. If I was going to use anything, it'd be IP alcohol. That's pretty good stuff if you're going to mix. But I don't know what's in this stuff. It doesn't really give what's actually in it, but it's I think if you look online, it'll probably tell you, because they have to. If you want to sell this stuff, you've got to have a kosh form with it now, haven't you? But yeah, this is what I use for cleaning my airbrush. I hope that helps anyone if they want to get some. It's brilliant. But I've never understood why people pull the needle back up through, because all you're doing is pulling that paint up. What I would do is, if you've even got, I think it's on the iWater with the get the nozzle off at the end. So if you're doing it with an iWater one, what I'll do is loosen up the chuck, drag it back just slightly, and then close it again, and then undo the nozzles, and then pull back as you take off that little nozzle and put it in the pot, and then unscrew the chuck again, and then just push it forwards out through the front, and then you won't drag paint back in. Because what happened was I had an airbrush and it kept on clogging, and it turned out I got someone to look at it, and it turned out, me as an idiot, I had pulled back, and there was actually paint all up inside here, which I didn't see. But yeah, it's put a little bit, put that in there, fizzes away, brilliant. And that's how I clean my airbrush. So look for the chat. Sorry, Chancellor. My next build is a Scarabee MiG-9 Fargo 172. Let me know how you get on with that. David Ravenscroft says they need models that relate to what youngsters like. Yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. But my point also is that, you know, we can't, you know, World War II planes is something that, you know, hopefully they will relate to, because they've been playing War Thunder and that, you know. But they also, with the space race, kids are excited about going in space, because, believe it or not, and I do believe this, that the generation that's born now will be going to the moon and Mars for a vacation. I'm pretty sure of it. Stuart Bremner, good evening. Hope you are all well. Yes, I'm well. Thank you very much. I think everybody else is in the chat as well. Italia released a range of armour linked to World of Tanks. Did they? That's interesting. That is interesting. The LA does look like fun. Yeah, it looks fun, and I've had fun building this one. I'm just waiting on another load of gloss finish for this one, so I can spray it. But yeah, it's this is going to be it's going to have decals up, but it's going to be done off camera. Yeah, use the airbrush. Seized airbrush, use SOT. SOT. What's SOT? Am I missing something? Seized airbrush, use SOT. Wink. What's SOT? Let me know what SOT is. That's totally gone over my head. Yeah. Any questions at all, folks? If you've got any, put them in the chat. Any news from Airfix? I noticed Mini Art have brought out some nice new models. They brought out a couple of kits this week. A petrol station looks quite good. But yeah. So also this week I've got some new kits coming to go for my stash. Oh, look at this. Churchill tank. And a Churchill tank. Somnia from Hella, and a Tiger 2. I don't know, and that's a Fujima one, that is. I've never done a Fujima. Oh, Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinners. That one there. Yeah, I do like this stuff. I do like this stuff. But I'm getting back to my old way, because I used to use Mr. Colour leveling thinner with Humbrol paints when I spray. Because I don't think using their acrylic thinners is, well, it does, but it levels out better with this. But I have found that you can't use this with Vallejo, if I'm right in saying. And there was one mix I did, and it was piss poor. So I tend to use it really. But yeah, I know what you mean now. Good shout there, good shout. SOT, yeah. leveling thinners. So yeah, I've never done a Fujima before. Never done one. Nice looking box though, isn't it? Let's lift that up. Let's have a look through here. Mr. Hobby self-leveling thinners, you silly sod, Les. You silly sod. Oh, right. Ah, I just stabbed myself. These are lethal. Do 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 do. Right. Oh, look at them tracks. Well, never look at that. So we're getting the box. Coolio. Yeah, not bad actually. Nice bit of detail on the top there. And all the panel lines there are quite nice. And that's the skirt there, isn't it? Yeah, it's not too bad. Not looking too bad, this kit. Just looking closely, yeah. Nice little bit of work there. There's a little tiny. No, there's no flash actually. Some car wheels and drive wheels and everything. This is why I don't like doing tanks, you see. That just puts me right off there. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 36. So you got 9 lots of them to do. Each side. And there's the turret and everything. Maybe that's alright. Maybe the wheels just go on there quite easily. Maybe that'll be alright then. Sticking them together. Yeah, it's quite a basic kit. Decals. Yeah, I've never done a Fujima. This is the first one I got. You can use solar thinners with Vallejo model colour with extreme caution. Don't mix it in the airbrush cup. The Model Air uses Vallejo own thinners if needed. Yeah. Here's a little one for you though. If you're using Vallejo model colour and you want to spray it, forget using self-leveling thinners and even their own thinners, because apparently all you need to use is their flow improver, and that's enough. That's enough. Apparently, it's good mix if you do that. Yeah. So as I said, I've never seen the Fujima kit before, so this is the first for me, and it's all in. Is that Japanese? Yeah. I suppose it's all exploded. So you got, yeah. Interesting. Not too bad. Caterpillar assembly. Insert one end stud in hole of the other side, then lightly mount the top of the stud with a heated screwdriver. That's the only instructions in English, is that sentence there. Insert one side end stud in hole of other side, then lightly melt top of stud with heated screwdriver. Yeah. See, these tanks just don't do it for me. But as I said, that's a Fujima Europa 1. A little bit to cut out there. Suppose that's the paints, is it? Yeah. Not bad at all. So that's right. I've ordered that one. So I didn't know what I've never owned one. Now I've got one in my stash, and if I do want to build a tank, I'll have a go at this one. Because 1 to 76 scale, isn't it? It's the only problem with tanks. 1 to 35 is what you need. That came this week. James Mower. I've made up 14 drive wheels and 6 idlers while watching this so far. Fair play to you, mate. Fair play to you. Yeah, 2 boxes. Churchill tank. As I said, it's exactly the same in both boxes. Same tooling. Let's have a little look. What's inside the box? Come out. What's that there? Right. So this one's a sealed one actually. So Churchill tank. So it uses 11 and a 75. Ah, Hella. Hella. This is when it was a Hella kit, wasn't it? When it was owned by Hella. So, I wonder how old the kit is. I'll have to do some research on this one. There you are. Quite a few bits on this one, isn't there? Just looking at the part. There's hardly any flash on this. And it's an old kit as well, isn't it? You just see the outline of the shovels there, can't you? You see that if I bring it up close? Just see the shovels there? So some nice detail on this. It's not, so it's not the best tank in the world. It's 1 to 76, which is HOO gauge, isn't it? Is number 76. All together now. Few needle, pins there. And some track, which I suppose you pull apart. IVA4, and then you've got your decals there. Look pretty okay. Not special like, they look okay. And your instruction kit. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So yeah, so there's 100 odd parts here, is there? For a little kit with 100 parts, it's incredible, isn't it? It's pre-Hella, yeah, but I think it is pre-Hella, I know, but it was owned by Hella, wasn't it? It says so here. That's when it was owned by Hella, wasn't it? But it was all made in France when they took all the tools away. So yeah, I've got that one come through this week, which is quite nice. Something to add to the stash, and I'll probably do a review on it. Put them all back in. A lot of parts, isn't it? 100 parts. That's a lot of parts. And it isn't easy. Look at the size of them. Bit of flash there, like, you'll have to trim off. But yeah, they're tiny parts. Just come off. Put that in there. Them two bits in there. Finally, that one there. Push him in there. Put that there. And there we go. One Churchill kit that came, and Hella tank again. The Sumaya. How'd you say that? Sumaya? Oh, it's sealed. I won't open that one and it's sealed. Yes, well, there we go. That's really it from me. That's actually dried up quite nice. Let's bring this back. I'll give it 12 hours, but that's actually dried up quite nice. You'll need another coat, obviously, on this one. A bit still damp there, but yeah, I'll go over this again and tidy it up a little bit more. But oh, see that? Look at that. It was a little bit thin. This is being painted underneath anyway. I'll wait that to dry, and then what I'll do is I will give that another coat underneath. I'll probably do it half black and half is it olive on the back. So yeah, that's it. Well, any questions, any comments at all? The Church was 176. Yeah, as I said, OHO gauge is generally 1 to 76. When it comes to all the parts that go with that thing, it's a strange one, isn't it? How we they did that with the train, but I think America is 172 when it's O. And it's just Ho, isn't it? It's actually 172. I don't know. I don't quite know the complete history of the trains and how it all comes about. But yeah, I can see that could be yeah, it could be a bit confusing. But yeah, I'll leave that to dry for another hour or so, and then hopefully give that another paint over. Give it a spray with matte, and I think we're almost there with that. Right, so it's been nearly an hour. I was going to talk about something else, and I can't remember now what I was going to talk about. But anyway, we can leave that for tomorrow. Yeah, I'm still waiting on some more paints to come in, so I can start doing bits on the other models that I've got going. And hopefully, you all had a really good weekend, VE Day and everything else. Celebrating that on Friday. Did the minute silence or 2 minute silence. Um, And yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock again. And hopefully we'll have gone further with some of the kits that we're doing and get them all painted up and etc. Anyways, we had 10 people watching at one point, which is fantastic. I really appreciate you all joining me. If there is anything you want to ask me, you can always leave me in the chat. Talk me through chat. There's a group on Facebook called the Scale Model Club, and in brackets it's got Airfix, Tamiya and Revel in the title. I'm going to be hanging out there from now on. So if you want to join me on Facebook, you can. That's the group on Facebook, the Scale Model Club. There's one that's just a page, but this one's the actual group. It's in brackets. It's got Airfix, Tamiya, Revel. Just Joe, if you want to pop on there and have a chat, yeah, I'll be on there most times, and you can contact me on there. So that's the Facebook group I'll be on from now on. All right. So any questions, any comments? If you want to put your pictures of your models up there, please do, and make it a community. And also, the invitation is still there. I've got to speak to Baggy's TMD, and hopefully Matt from Model Minutes will be back from his holiday. I've got the software to work now where we can do a live chat and have two of us building models together, or three of us building models together. But I need to just do a few bits of testing with that, like do like an unlisted video and test it so we could all see it. Back to Steve. No, not. And hopefully, as I said, the invitation is there. So if you want to come on and build, and we can do a build together, or like we can talk about how we built something together, it'd be all good. You know, you don't have to put your face on camera. You can just do it from your model bench. It's absolutely fine, and just chat. Anyways, that's all good. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you, as I said, on tomorrow night at 8. And if you want to hit out with me in the Scale Model Club Facebook group, see me there. All right. Thanks all for watching. Please press like if you liked it, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, all. Cheers.